In this video, we're going to be showing y'all how to identify what defense your opponent's in. We got the three primary man coverages, the three primary zone coverage, and the two offset zone coverages, which are cover 3 cloud and cover 6. We're going to jump to the practice field, show you how to identify these defenses, and show you the best ways to attack them. All right, we're going to go ahead and break this down into defenses that look similar to each other, starting off with cover 3 and a cover 1. They're the only two defenses that's going to have a single safety in the middle of the field. Anything else will have two safeties or no safeties at all. So that's going to be a dead giveaway that this is cover 3 or a cover 1. All right, so how do you tell the difference between the cover 3 and the cover 1? The main guys you're going to want to look at are your inside wide receivers. Y, A, and RB. Is somebody directly in front of them? If not, that's going to tell you that it's a cover 3 and not a cover 1. The cornerbacks, sometimes they'll be closer up on the wide receivers, but sometimes they will be backed up about 7 to 8 yards. The other way you're going to want to tell if it's man coverage or a zone coverage is motion over the outside wide receiver. If that cornerback that's lined up in front of that wide receiver doesn't follow him all the way across, that's automatically telling you that it's zone and not man coverage. So that's going to be the way that you're going to be able to tell the difference between cover 3 and a cover 1. All right, so now we're going to show you the weaknesses and the easiest way to attack cover 3. The main go-to one is going to be putting 4 wide receivers on a streak. So it's going to look something like this. We're going to put X, Y, A, and B on a streak, and then we're going to put RB on an in route like this. Once Y and A get past the second level, which is the sub linebackers slash linebackers, you can hit either one of them. You just have to pick and choose, see where the safety's at. If he's more towards A, you're going to hit Y. If he's more towards Y, you're going to hit A. And there's always going to be that check down where RB is coming across the middle, because the linebackers or sub linebackers are going to follow A and Y for a little bit, and that's going to easily open up for RB. If you want them to open up a little bit quicker, you can put them on a drag route, not an in route. So it's going to look something like this. Again, once they pass that second level, you can hit right between the seams, between the cornerback and the safety. You can hit either one of them. And then again, you can also go ahead and hit RB coming across the middle. So it's going to look something like this, again, because the linebackers slash sub linebackers have to respect the streaks from the 2 inside wide receivers. So that's 2 ways you can attack cover 3, and then we're going to jump into the other one. All right, so the other way you can attack a cover 3 is going to be a flood concept, and you can use this against multiple defenses, but this probably works best against cover 3, which is some type of streak, corner route, and some type of flat route. But I'm going to show you something a little bit better than just a regular flood concept. So what you want to do is put somebody outside the hash marks on a streak. You're going to put somebody inside the hash marks on a corner route, and then you're going to go ahead and put the most outside wide receiver. Normally we would leave him on some type of route that he's on right now, or some type of out route like this. But what I find works better is actually putting them on an in route like this, and you're going to see we can attack the sidelines. We're going to be looking for A right here. Once he makes his cut, look how wide open he gets. We can easily attack the sidelines against cover 3. All right, now we're going to go ahead and talk about cover 1. And again, you can see there's going to be 1 safety in the middle of the field. If there was anything else, it'll be 2 safeties or no safeties at all. And you can see the difference now. Look at Y, A, and RB. They have somebody directly in front of their route. Now, RB, he's a little bit off to the side, but you can see he's closer. If you go back and look at the cover 3, he'll be backed up a little bit more. And if you really want to check if it's man coverage or zone, you're going to see if you motion the outside wide receiver, now that outside cornerback follows him all the way over. When it was cover 3, he stopped around where RB was. So that's going to tell you that it's zone. This is going to tell you that it's actually man coverage. So now let's get into how to beat cover 1 and the weak spots. So cover 1 is going to have a lot of help in the middle of the field. Usually there's some type of vert hook about 5 to 10 yards, and then you have the solo safety playing the deep blue. Normally you're going to have the user playing the vert hook in the middle of the field. So usually what I like to do is put some type of dummy route, which is perfect with what we got with the tight end in the middle A on that post route. He's basically going to be there just to take away the vert hook in the middle and the deep safety in the middle of the field. From here, what we're going to do is attack the outside. So I'm going to set something up, and what I like about NCAA is they have this matchup. If you hold LT, or if you're on PlayStation, L2, and with the right stick you go to the right, you're going to see the matchups. You're going to see there's either going to be green, yellow, or red. If they're yellow, you have a decent chance of winning one-on-one coverages. If they're green, you have a really good chance of winning one-on-one coverages. So those are the guys we're going to be looking for. Again, we're going to keep the post route in the middle to get away from the vert hook in the middle and the deep blue. And my go-to is going to be this corner route by RB, but I'm going to stem it down once. Any corner route that you stem down once is one of the best routes against man coverage. And knowing that they have help in the middle of the field, I'm going to attack the outside. And then from there, I'm going to set some other route combos up that are going to just help me just in case the corner route's not going to be open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put B on a drag route. We're going to put Y on a zig, and then we're going to put X on an in route like this. So usually what people do if they have a cover one set is they'll shade outside. So you want to make sure you have routes going to the inside and to the outside just in case they do shade inside or outside. You know you're going to have an advantage on one or the other. But again, if you go look at the matchups, you can see we do have a green matchup with our corner route right there. So that's going to be the go-to guy. And let's see what happens right here. You're just going to want to lead this ball. That was just an ugly throw right there. But you can see we beat him off the line. We got past them. We could have easily had a good pass right there. Let's try to get a good one for y'all. You don't have to stem route it, but that stem route is a huge difference from the regular corner route. And one of the best go-tos against cover one is a zig route. So you're going to see right here my zig route by Y. You can easily hit a zig route. Again, they could be shading to the outside, which normally a cover one just has a regular shade to the outside, even if your opponent doesn't do it themselves. That is the kind of the point of cover one because you know you're going to have help to the inside. But again, let's go ahead and go to our corner route right here. We want to attack the outside. Let's go ahead and put it back on the corner route. Stem it down one. Let's try to get a better throw this time. See that time, and then you could easily turn it into a one-play touchdown if it really is one-on-one with no safety help over the top. If you break a tackle or you just have a complete speed mismatch. But if you just have a green, like you don't even need a fast wide receiver. If you have a green under your wide receiver, chances are you're gonna beat them on whatever route. So knowing that it's cover one, they're gonna have help in the middle. We want to attack the outside. It's a green matchup. We're gonna try to get that one-on-one every single time with that corner route. Again, have check downs. That's why we put the drag, the in route, and the zig route. You can also win with the post route in the middle, but again, that's going to be the user. Most likely, they're going to follow some type of route that's close to the middle of the field. So that's the main reason we attack the outsides against cover one. All right, now we're going to go ahead and talk about cover four, cover two man, and cover two because those are all going to look similar to each other, having two deep safeties instead of one in the middle. And again, just like cover one and cover three, the way you're going to be able to tell if it's zone or man coverage, look at your inside wide receivers, Y, A, and RB. You can see the guys in front of them are not directly in front of them. They're a little bit off. And look at RB. You're going to see is a little bit to the right. If it's man coverage, he'll be a little bit to the inside of them. So that's a dead giveaway that it's man coverage and not zone. And if you really want to know, again, go ahead and motion over the outside wide receiver. If that cornerback does not follow all the way through, then it is definitely zone coverage and not man coverage. Now, to tell the difference between cover two and cover four is going to be the cornerbacks. Against cover four, you're going to see the cornerbacks about 7 to 8 yards off the ball. Against cover two, they're going to be about 3 to 4 yards off the ball. So now you're going to be able to tell the difference between cover four and cover two. We will jump into cover two and cover two man to show you what they look like. But now we know that it's going to be a cover four. Let's talk about how to attack cover four. All right, so now one of the best ways to attack cover four is getting rid of the two safeties in the middle of the field. And it's pretty simple to do that. You just want to put two streaks with two inside guys, most likely going to be the closest guys to the O-line. So something like this, that's going to take away the two safeties in the middle of the field. And then we're going to put two drag routes. So it's going to look something like this. And then the outside guy, we're going to put on a post route. This is going to clear out for the post route. He's always going to get open. Now, obviously, the user can go play it. But the vert hooks in the middle of the field, the two linebackers or sub linebackers, they're going to have to respect the streaks. So that usually opens up the drag routes to get open underneath. And if they have to go and play the drag routes, that's going to leave the post route over the top. Basically, the post route's going to get over the sub linebackers and underneath the safeties. So this is what it's going to look like right here. And you can actually do this against cover three, but he's going to be wide open. And you could easily turn that into more yardage if you got some nice stick work. Again, though, we can go for the drag routes because they do have to respect the streaks. So you're going to see that the vert hooks are going to have to follow on for a little bit. And that's going to leave both my drag routes open for quick yardage. Those are really good check downs. The drag routes are some of the best routes in NCAA because they do terrible at guarding shallow routes. So that's going to be one route combo you can do. And just like we beat cover three, you can do a flood concept. So we're going to put a streak with somebody on the outside of the hash marks, a corner route on the inside of the hash marks, and then again I'm going to put them on an in route like this. So you can attack the sidelines just like you did against cover three. Now this does work better against cover three. I had to throw that quicker than I wanted to because the D-line was about to get to me. But let's just show you what this looks like when you. This guy has been giving me hell all practice. But let's go ahead and double team him. But you're going to be able to attack the sidelines just like you did against cover 3. But this does work better against cover 3 than it does against cover 4. So those are 2 ways you can attack cover 4. Those are that weak spots, the middle of the field. If you can take away those 2 middle safeties and then hit them with the flood concept. All right, now we're going to go ahead and talk about a cover 2. And just like we did against cover 4, the way you can tell if it's zone coverage or man coverage is look at your inside wide receivers, Y, A, and RB. You can see again, they're not lined up directly in front of my wide receivers. And you can still do the same thing with the wide receiver on the outside, motion them over. If that cornerback does not follow all the way, that is a dead giveaway that this is zone coverage and not man coverage. Now, the difference between cover 4 and cover 2 is going to be the cornerbacks. You can see now the cornerbacks are about 5 yards off the ball. When it was cover 4, they were about 7 to 8 yards off the ball. So now let's talk about how to attack cover 2. All right, so there's a few ways that I do like to attack cover 2, but there's one that I'm not going to be able to show you with this specific formation because it's a tight end at the A position. Now, if I have a wide receiver and I'm able to put my fastest guy right there where A is at, all you got to do with this play right here is put him on a streak, and this is a 1-play touchdown against cover 2. Just to show you what it looks like, the corner routes make the safety stay more to the outside, and if that was a fast wide receiver, I would be able to lead that to the inside and get a 1-play touchdown. Now that is my go-to whenever I'm going against a cover 2 or a cover 2 man. It works the same way. So the easiest way to attack a cover 2 though is your outside wide receiver, put them on an out route, go ahead and put A on a streak, and leave the corner route by Y, and then just go ahead and put X as a check down coming across the field. The go-to is going to be RB right here. That is where the empty space between the safety and the cornerback is going to be. So you're going to see we're going to be able to hit. Man, look at that. Look at that defensive end right there. That is crazy how fast he got off. But that is going to be the easiest way to beat cover 2 every single time. Now, if their flats are playing 30, because a lot of people will like to try to play a cover 2 and play 30-yard flats, just hit the quick out route by B. But for the most part, you're going to be able to hit RB every single time. And you can turn this into a 1-play touchdown because usually it's just you versus that safety. And how easy it is to juke and spin in this game, that's easily a 1-play touchdown. So the go-to is to attack the middle of the field with something like this. With A, if you do have a fast wide receiver. If not, you're going to be looking for RB. And again, if they're playing 30-yard zone drops with their flats, you're going to look for B to the sideline. But again, this is the easiest way to beat it right here. Look how much room you have between the safety and the cornerback. So that's going to be the go-to against cover 2. All right, now we're going to be talking about cover 2 man. Again, you have your 2 deep safeties. But now if you look across the board, everybody has somebody directly in front of them. And again, look at RB. When it was zone, he was on the outside a little bit further back. Now he's on the inside closer up. And look at the cornerbacks. They are bumping and running. The reason they're doing that is because they know they have 2 deep safeties over the top. And that's naturally how this defense is played. And if you want to make sure that it is man coverage, you can always do the wide receiver motion. You can see he's following them all the way through. So that's a dead giveaway that it's man coverage. So now let's talk about how to attack cover 2 man. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about how you attack cover 2 man. And just like I told you, you can bomb cover 2 by just putting A on a streak. It's going to be the same thing, especially if you have a burner. Now, you don't even need a burner to beat cover 2 man because for some reason, the guys they have playing man coverage inside the hash marks do not play the best man coverage. Now, what I would do is put B and X on drag routes for check downs in the middle. But what you're going to see right here is A is just going to completely get past this guy, and you can lead this to the inside. The safeties are going to get split by the 2 corner routes. So it's just going to be a nice one-on-one coverage. And again, I don't know why they play terrible man coverage. Now, I wouldn't recommend always doing that again or with the tight end. But if you have that 5 wide where you could put a wide receiver there, put your fastest guy there, that's a touchdown every single time. So that's the main way that I like to bomb cover 2 man. Another one of my go-to route combos, again, we're going to utilize the guy in the middle, especially because we have a mismatch there. If you have a mismatch and they're running cover 2 man heavy on you, use the guy closest to the O-line. He's going to win his mismatches all day. So we do want to take away the 2 safeties. So the way we're going to do that is putting 2 streaks out there with Y and RB. And then we're going to go ahead and put Y on a corner route, and we're going to stem that down a little bit. We don't want them running that deep. And then go ahead and put B and X on drag routes because it's just the best 2 check downs in the game. Hopefully, number 19 gives us time to get this corner route off. But RB is going to take away that safety enough for us to get this mismatch. And you're going to see that A gets wide open right here. They have to respect the streaks, and that's one of my go-tos. And usually when you're going against somebody that's running cover 2 man, they're probably more or less going to, if you're on empty, they're going to use one of the safeties, and you see that, take advantage of it. But that is my 2 go-to plays right there. taking away the safeties, either running a streak down the middle or taking away the safeties and running some type of corner route, and always having two good checkdowns with like a drag route or in routes against cover 2 man. All right, the next two defenses we're going to talk about is going to be a cover 3 cloud and a cover 6. They're going to look similar, but they play completely different. First, we're going to talk about a cover 6, and then we'll talk about a cover 3 cloud. Now, again, to tell if it's zone coverage, you're going to see that your guys YA and RB, the guys in front of them are not directly in front of them, so that is telling me that it's zone. And you can also keep doing the motion. If that cornerback doesn't follow, then that's telling me that this is zone coverage and not match coverage or man coverage. And you're going to see cover 6 and cover 3 cloud also have two safeties deep, but they don't look anything like the cover 2 man or the cover 4 safeties. And you can see one is actually a little higher than the other, so that's going to tell you that it's cover 3 cloud or cover 6. The next thing you're going to look at is the cornerbacks. This is a cover 6. You're going to see one cornerback is closer to my wide receiver on the right side. The other one's about 5 yards off the ball. You're going to see there's going to be a little bit of a difference when it comes to cover 3 cloud and cover 6 when it comes to the distance between the cornerbacks. And cover 6 on your strong side where you have more wide receivers, the cornerback's going to be closer. Cover 3 cloud, the cornerback's going to be closer on your weak side. So where you have two wide receivers, you can see where X is and Y, those are my two wide receivers. The cornerback's a little bit further back. If it was cover 3 cloud, he would be closer, and on the right side, he would be further back about 7 to 8 yards. So we'll get into that when we jump into cover 3 cloud. Now, the way that cover 6 plays is it is a hybrid between zone coverage and match coverage. On your strong side with 3 wide receiver, it's going to play like a match coverage. On your weak side where you have 2 wide receiver, it's going to play like a cover 2 zone coverage. So just having that info, you're going to be able to set up some route combos that's going to help you beat the left side and the right side. So let's go ahead and talk about the left side. What you're going to do is just put X on a screen route like this, or you can put them on an in route like this. It does not matter, but let me just show you how you can beat the left side with just this simple combo alone, because it does play like a cover 2. So a nice little combo that you can run real quick. Now let's talk about the right side. So if you don't know what match coverage is, it's basically zone. But when you get into their area, they have assignments. They will start playing like it's man coverage. So let me show you my go-to route combo if I ever see cover 6, especially if I'm in an empty set like this. So the middle wide receiver / tight end, we're going to put them on a corner route. We're going to go ahead and stem that down about right there. The middle wide receiver RB, we're going to put them on a post route. The outside wide receiver, we're going to put them on an in route. And then let's go ahead and put X on a little screen route again like this. But I want you to see what happens right here. And this is why I tell y'all to be careful with match coverage defenses, because watch what happens right here. We're going to get wide open and nobody's even guarding RB because we just threw him off with confusion with our route combo. So that's going to be the best way to beat cover 6. Now, obviously, you could be in different formations, but regardless of whatever formation you're in, the 3 wide receiver set, you know, if it's a trips, tray, whatever it may be, if you set up that route combo just like that, you're going to get similar results where the post route is going to get wide open against a cover 6. And then on the weak side, if you do a post route or a corner route and some type of flat route, you'll get open against the cover 2 look. So that's how you're going to be able to beat cover 6. Let's jump into cover 3 cloud. All right, now we're going to go ahead and talk about the cover 3 cloud. And you can see it does look similar to a cover 6, only the cornerback depths are flipped. Now the cornerback that's closer to my wide receiver is on the weak side with my 2 wide receivers X and Y, and the one that's further back is on the strong side where I got my 3 wide receivers. And you can see the one that's further back is actually 7 to 8 yards off the ball. With the cover 6, the one that was further back was about 5 yards off the ball. So that's going to be a dead giveaway that it's cover 3 cloud and not a cover 6. And to tell if it's man coverage or zone, again, look at your inside wide receivers. Nobody is directly in front of my wide receivers. So that's telling me that it's zone, and you can always do the motion if that cornerback doesn't follow. That is telling me that it is zone coverage and not man coverage. Now, this does play like a regular cover 3, but it does start off like a cover 2 on the weak side. So you can still hit them with that same combo with a little screen route and a corner route like this. The corner route, the deep blue with the safety, yeah, it's actually a safety that's playing the deep blue over there, is going to take a little too long to get to that spot because he's not where a cornerback would normally be. That's playing like a deep third. Like on the right side, that cornerback is actually playing his deep third. The corner route, or the cornerback on the weak side, he's playing a flat route, so a flat zone. So that's easy to get over the top right here, and a nice little pocket between the cornerback and the safety on the weak side. Now, on the strong side, where you have your 3 wide receivers, you can easily just hit them with a flood concept. So it's going to look something like this. And go ahead and set up the left side too, just in case the user is helping one side or the other. Again, this isn't going to be a match defense, so you can easily just, if this DN lets me get time, you can easily hit the sideline right here, just like you would cover 3 or cover 4. So that's going to be 2 different ways you can bomb, or not bomb, but beat a cover 3 cloud. All right, the last defense we're going to be talking about is going to be a zero blitz. There's really not much to talk about when it comes to zero blitzes, or even knowing that it's going to be a zero blitz. You're going to see every single one of your wide receivers is going to have somebody right in front of them. If you have a running back, they're most likely going to bring that guy down and put him somewhere on the line and bluff blitz with them. This is basically where it becomes a chess match. They're most likely going to press, shade over the top, shade outside, shade inside. Again, you got to look at your matchups. This is where this comes in clutch. If you have green or yellow matchups, go for those guys all day. Set up some routes that you know are going to beat man coverage and that are going to be quick, or come out in a formation that's going to give you more blocks to match their 6-man blitz. Sometimes they'll even send 7. If you can get some time and put a simple comeback route, you'll win every single time. If you have a speed mismatch and they press, throw it over the top. That's going to be a 1-play touchdown every single time. A simple route combo you can do if you were in empty like this is, I'll just show you something simple you can do. So it'll be like this: 2 zig routes and a slant route, just in case they shade inside or outside. You got 2 routes going outside, you got 1 route going inside. And again, you're going to want to put your fastest wide receivers on the outside. And if they press, just throw it over the top. But don't overthink it. Again, they're most likely going to press, but you're going to want to throw something quick like that every single time. And you can easily get 1-play touchdowns against zero blitzes because there is no safety help. So if you beat that one person that's guarding you, most likely you're going to end up scoring. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know what else y'all need help with. Let me know if this actually helped y'all out. I'm thinking about going into a deep dive about match coverage and how to beat it and actually how to use it. So let me know if that's something y'all want to see down below.